Hi guys, we're in the middle of a Did It Rise and Yes It Did project here. This has been rising in the warm place for about half an hour, and it's kind of doubled itself. It's also impossibly opened up on the bottom, so we'll just call it like a peach maverick or a peach cobbler or something. We'll call it something like that. In a minute I'm going to pop it in. But first I'm going to put, you notice I took that lid off, that glass tray. Yeasted things in this point of their evolution do not like wind. They just don't like it. We're going to do, you know how those crystal-y treats are with little sugar crystals? We're just going to do a little bit of that on top. Here. We might also end up doing a little bit of a frosting, but we're going to see how that is first. Meanwhile, I took the peaches that ginched out the sides, and I added some blueberries and a couple more peaches, and now what we're going to do is a peach crisp. This size of pan, a little smaller than our apple crisp size of pan. And I made a little topping. It's the same kind as the apple crisp, so I didn't make you wait through while I cut the butter in. This particular amount of flour is for this size of pan. It looks like it might even be a little too much, but no problem, we'll use it tomorrow. So this is a cup and a half of flour, a little less than half a cup of sugar, and one stick-ish of butter. It'll be very buttery and not too sweet, I'm thinking. We'll see how it is. And then you just do the usual with this, like you would the apple crisp. In this case, I'm not going to have it too thick, this top, because what's fun is when some of the fruit gets to bubble out the top, it's kind of going to be not pushed down or anything, sort of laying on top, and kind of less thick in some areas. We'll see how that turns out. It's always nice, I've found, to do a little spice on top, because for one thing, when it's baking, it's just unbelievable how the whole house smells. So we've got a little cardamom, just a little. It's decorative too. Just a little like that. And then some cinnamon, same. You don't want to overshadow the delicate flavors. It's not like apples. There, that's kind of pretty. There we go. Let's look at it here. Now, one thing I don't often do, but I think I will this time, is the same thing as I did. Little crystals is real fun, because you just have a slight bit of texture on there. Just not a lot, though. Here and there. It kind of crisps up, melts on top. It's very fun. Okay, there we are. All right, now we just pop them in. And I think I'm going to, it's a 350 oven again, preheated. In this oven, you got like a lot of opportunity. You can do different levels, but these are both on the same level. I don't think they're going to interfere with each other too much. One thing about the yeasted one is you do not want to open it up now until it gets a chance to kind of rise in there and set. So we're going to set this timer. Let's do 30. I would suggest not opening it for 30, and then you can see. If you do it, it's possible it could fall. It won't like the wind and the change of temperature that happens when you open that. So there we are. We'll get back to you, but we do want to mention the quiche. Wow. Okay, there are photos from that, like, wow. I've got this rating in my mind. There's like 0, which is, just trash it. -0, which is the whole thing was too boring to stand and like, why did we do that? And 5, which is when I give it to the president. I would serve that to the president. So there's been one amidst all these that I would totally do that with. Those blueberry bars with the homemade ice cream and chocolate. So I was like, yes. Okay. Now the quiche ranked really high. We're going to give it a 4.5, because that particular batch, the only thing I would change is a little bit less cooking on the initial crust thing. But otherwise, like, wow, and everyone had to have 2. And the other thing about it is, we're putting this also in a special category of, do you have family members or friends who just like think they hate vegetables or something? This is a way That, I mean, like, they could get plenty of vegetables. 2 pieces of that, you got a lot of spinach going. You could also amend the recipe a little more. No sides of vegetables, no problem. It's all in there, and we'll tell you more stories about that as things go along. Thank you for coming. We're movie.